Evening and a warm welcome to On Focus with Art. Whatever we have in life and whoever we become will add no value if we don't have a great personality. To talk about this fruitful subject, today we have with us Mr. Sudath Fernando. He is a Toastmaster, an inspirational speaker, a sustainable advocate, a life coach, mentor for personality development, and the Group Director Finance for ATG Group. We would like to warmly welcome you to the program and thank you very much for joining with us today.
Thank you, Mariam, for inviting me.
So, Sudath, now during the past years, we've seen a lot of people, they conduct classes on positive thinking, they talk about positive thinking, people go in search of positive thinking. Now, with all these, what is your reading on personality? What exactly is personality?
Good question to start with, Mariam. When you talk about personality, people have wrong perception. Some people think that when a person has a good physique, height, fair or tall, so when you have that kind of outer appearance, people think that this person has a good personality. But it's not the case. When you talk about personality, let's see what is the definition given in Oxford Dictionary. It says the combination of characteristic or qualities that form an individual distinctive character. So it talks about qualities. So when a person enriched with good qualities, that reflects from him, and that reflects in his body language, tonality. So then people understand that he is a good person. So then automatically people tend to believe him. So if a leader, or when you talk about leadership or to accept people, you need to have that kind of enriched with that qualities. Then you are authentic, sincere. Then you can reinforce your thoughts. You can move people into action, and you can convince people. So that is what personality is all about. So a person should enrich with good qualities. When you look at social scientists, they say personality is defined based on behavior, attitude, beliefs and values. So once again it comes to your good qualities, the virtues, which is very important.
Now, with that, can you give us some examples of things which people can do to improve their personality?
Yeah, I think it's like it's a continuous process a person should adopt, and especially changing your old personality and coming out with a new personality, a process. So I'm talking about a concept that I have found. It's called threefold code. So I will explain you in time to come, and a sub-concept called 9-arch approach. So when you have that, it's a matter of building up it, and a continuous process, like in the threefold code, I'm defining that. So I will explain you in further to how we can do this process within you.
I would definitely love to know about the threefold code, but before that I have some just some basic questions, like now we can use different personalities. Now if a person wants to use their personality, how could they use it to benefit the society?
So when you talk about a good personality or enriched with good qualities and virtues, when a person is enriched with good qualities, people accept him and he can move people into action. So when you are enriched with that qualities, a good personality, and he can endure any trial or turbulent situation with good personality. That's called good personality. When you face turbulent situation, you can stand still and face that. And also, even thousands of people are doing wrong things, he'll do the correct thing. For that you need to have the personality. And even in a happy moment, he knows how to control it. So that is very important for a person, for individual growth as an individual. So these days we we find a lot of people with good qualifications, maybe 1, 2, 3 qualifications. But what I have seen is there is a personality issue when they come to work. Even though they have good qualifications, when they come to work, they don't know how to work with a team. They can't move people into action. They can't convince the team. So that is because they don't have this personality. So I believe developing the personality first will help your growth, your personal growth, then your family. As a father, as a mother or parent, you know how to build your family if you have a good personality. And then the society that you live and the company where you work, so that if you have enriched with good personality, the company benefits that. Overall, the country benefits when you have people with good personalities. So the development of the country is a paramount requirement, we all know, but
Definitely,
for that
yes.
the personality growth is very important.
Thank you for the explanation. Now, what is the best type of personality and how can people achieve that?
That's a very subjective thing. So best type of personality means, that's why I told you earlier, when you are facing a turbulent situation, you need to have courage. Stand and move forward in a turbulent situation. For that, you need to have a courageous personality. But when people around you are doing all bad things, right, you should stand and do the correct thing. For that, you need to have personality, a different kind of. That's also again, you need to have courage and strength to do that. And when you see people in trouble, do you have kind of a passion or desire to help these people, a genuine desire? We don't find genuine people these days. Am I correct?
It's very difficult to find, that's
difficult.
true.
So when people are in a turbulent situation, am I willing to express my love and help them? So it depends on the circumstances. When a person has a good, when a person inculcated with good qualities, enriched with good qualities, he will adopt according to the situation and help, maybe to the family, maybe to the company or country as a whole.
Thank you, Sudath. So we heard a lot and there's a lot more to be heard. Stay tuned. After the break, we'll be talking about a great concept, the threefold concept. Stay tuned. Welcome back after the break. We are at a discussion about personality development with Mr. Sudath Fernando. He is a Toastmaster, an inspirational speaker, sustainable advocate, life coach, mentor for personality development, and the Group Finance Director of ATG Group. Sudath, now before the break, as soon as we started the discussion, you were talking about this threefold code. Could you elaborate on this concept that you have introduced and how does it relate for personality development?
Yeah, Mariam, I found this metaphor in scriptures. I found this in Holy Scriptures. When you take a single code, right, you can break it. If you put effort, you can break it. But when you add another code and fold it together, difficult to break. It has some strength, right? But when you add the third code and fold it together, it's called threefold code. It's very difficult to break. So how do you adopt this to our life? So I saw a different perspective in this metaphor where we can apply to our personality growth, plus to find true success and happiness in life. So the first code I would always say is you and your dream, or you can call it a vision. So when you talk about an individual, we all should have a kind of a vision or dream. That is the first code. Now, researchers say everybody in this world has some kind of dream. Don't you have a dream? Some kind of
Definitely,
dream.
yes, yes.
So, researchers say, but only 20% actually achieve their dreams. 80% couldn't achieve. And when you talk about dream, Abdul Kalam once said, dream is not what you see in sleep. Dream is a thing which doesn't let you sleep. So I'm not talking about the dreams that you see in sleep. So always there is a desire to achieve. So you awake and try to achieve. So that's why this first code is very important. But as I mentioned you, only 20% actually achieve. Why 80% could achieve? Because they allow others to snatch their dreams. So Mariam, you will have experience now. Around us, we find all sort of negative people always
true.
try to snatch our dreams. So the moment somebody says, you can't achieve this. If that vision or dream that is in your conscious mind, when somebody says you can't achieve, it will go off from your mind. But if you entrench that in your subconscious, what will happen? You create some kind of a vibe in your positive vibe in your body that will attract things that are necessary to manifest your dream. So it's a matter of entrenching your dream in your subconscious. So when I come to this sub-concept called Nainach, I will explain you how we could do, or how we could entrench in our subconscious mind. Right? That's all about dreams. So now, I told you,
There are three codes. The first code is
first
about
code,
your
first code.
vision and your
But
dream.
there are dream snatchers now. Always they snatch our dreams now.
Yes.
For that, we need the second code for us to make our dream stronger. Any guesses? That is mentor. You need to have good mentors around you. Good mentors around you. Mentors, the people, good associates, good friends around you, who would help you to achieve your dream vision. They always come and support you to achieve it, exalt you to go to that destination. So positive mentors or good mentors around you
Is very
is
important.
very important aspect. And so that is the second code. When you have good mentors, you can achieve anything in this world.
They will never let you fall.
Exactly. So when you have these two codes, you can achieve any materialistic position in this world. I strongly believe in that. But the third code is very important. You can achieve things. You can earn money, having high positions and fame, glory, everything you can achieve. But if you don't have this third code, in fact, I found this in kind of scripturally found this third code. Any guesses?
I don't know. I'll just make a guess.
Yeah.
Sustainability of the.
Yeah, to have the sustainability, to find true happiness and joy or contentment, you can call, to have that, you need unconditional, unselfish, unfailing love. That is the third code. When you enrich with that, you will find materialistic possessions as well. At the same time, you will find true happiness, joy, or contentment to your life. So I believe, because even Buddhism, it says, not even harm to an ant. So when you talk about the word of God, it says word of God is love. This is unconditional, unselfish, unfailing love. You can call it agape, which is very important. Why this is important? When you enrich with that, you can find true happiness. So I'm going to explain in 9-arch approach the importance of enriching with true unconditional love.
Thank you, Sudath. So our viewers must be eagerly waiting to know what 9 arches mean. Can you elaborate on the 9-arch concept?
Yeah, when it comes to 9-arch concept, now you know about 9-arch. 9-arch is something that is in L, world famous 9-arch bridge.
Yes.
So I relate this subconscious into 9-arch. Now main concept is threefold code. So I'm bringing these 9 arches So one chord has 3 arches, so altogether 9 arches. Talking about 9 arch itself is a strong construction done by Sri Lankans mainly, because
Yes.
during the wartime, First World War time, the Britishers have to allocate all the steel what they have allocated to this bridge to the warfare. So in that scenario, they couldn't complete this, but some Sri Lankans got together, headed by one Sri Lankan, and finished this bridge. So up to date, I mean, it was very strong. So world famous.
Yes.
So I thought, why not? We make our life like 9 arch bridge. So first arch, first 3 arches I have allocated to building up a dream. So first arch is identifying this conscious mind and subconscious mind. People talk about achieving dreams, you can achieve this positive, think positively. But you need to identify the mechanism of mind and body. So in that scenario, you have to identify the subconscious mind and conscious mind I mentioned earlier. So when you identify that, always if you want to achieve something, that has to be endorsed in your subconscious mind. So for that, I always say we need to have a formidable picture of our destination, of our future destination. So most of the people have dreams, but they don't have a vision board or dream board. So I always urge in my programs, I always suggest to have a picture of your dream. Take it into a picture and have it, hang it in a place where you can see. When you see that, what will happen? Your thought process goes, and always you are reminded that your destination is there, and that is automatically entrenching in your subconscious mind. So then automatically you have a positive vibe, so no one will be able to stop you achieving your dream. So when it comes to the second arch is the mission. Now first arch is building up your vision, dream, identifying subconscious and conscious. Then second is your mission. Your mission is the process that you have to practice every day. So I always say there's something called creative visualization. So you have to visualize your dream picture, vision, and you have to be there like per day at least 5 minutes. It's a mental exercise that you have to do. You have to, if you want to become a CEO of a company, become a CEO for 5 minutes a day. Mentally become a CEO. Act, behave like a CEO mentally, psychologically. So what will happen? Then automatically it will entrench in your subconscious. Then the third arch of the dream is setting up goals and objectives. So when you do those exercises, you have to come out with short-term plans. Now today what I am going to do, this week what I am going to do. So to achieve my vision. So that's how the first 3 arches that comprise, that form the first code. So when it comes to the second code, the mentor, the 4th, 5th and 6th arches I have allocated these three arches for mentor, to find a mentor. So first thing is, the 4th arch is identifying positive mentors, mentors who would love you. So I always tell in my programs, have a list of people that you should associate, pursue them and associate them. Unselfish people who will help you. So that identifying process I'm talking in my programs, that is the 4th arch. The 5th arch is studying the life experiences, maybe autobiographies and films, pictures. This process is very important. It's in the 5th arch to using those life experiences as mentors and people as mentors and aligning our personality. When it comes to the 5th arch, I always say one part of the 5th arch is improving your communication skills, which is a very important aspect. As a Toastmaster, I always believe you need to have good, effective communication skills. So that has to be improved. That's part of the 5th arch. Then the other thing is your etiquettes. Now there are people who come to our places, I mean in our workplaces, sometimes when they come to the interview they don't know how to walk, they don't know how to have a proper, how to have a meal with
The corporate levels.
corporate level. And those are very important aspects. So etiquettes that I'm teaching them in the fifth arch, and also the life skills. Then having a financial plan, uh, personal financial plan, which is very important aspect, and health plan. To do exercises. When I most of the programs, when I ask about whether they are doing exercises, especially from young people, very rare. So it's very important in this program. We are putting it to a diary and monitoring your health as well, and having a work plan, time plan, a very important thing. And the sixth arch is avoiding negative people. Sixth arch is in the third arch of the mentorship, avoiding negative people. Always have a list of negative people. I always tell the people who are coming to me, avoid them. If a negative person comes to your house, try to just run away from your backyard or go to your backyard and stay there. Because if you can't absorb the negative aspects and take it out from your mind, so that's a very important aspect. I always believe to avoid, not to get angry with them, but to avoid them. So those are the six arches.
Thank you very much, Sudath, for explaining about the 9 arch concept. So we learnt about 6 concepts: the vision, mission, and the goals and objectives, studying and identify life experiences, avoiding negative people. So there are 3 more to be heard. We'll be right back after this short commercial break. Stay tuned. We are at a discussion on personality development with Mr. Sudath Fernando. So Sudath, you explained about 6 arches. There are 3 more to go. Can we hear about that?
Yeah. When it comes to the main concept, now I have explained dream, mentor, and 6 arches. Now the third code is love, unconditional, unselfish, unfailing love. So now I'm relating the last 3 arches to that love component. When you talk about love, people talk about love. No, I mean we heard a lot of maybe sermons, speeches about love. People talk, but what I found is people don't understand the importance of love. So it's very scriptural. In the Word of God, it says, the Buddhism it says, even all other religions talks about love. But don't you see, day by day, people, the good qualities are draining out from this society, and hatred, anger, jealousy prevailing in this society. So for that, in the 7th arch, I used to speak about the medical aspect of having love, and psychologically and medically, the benefit that we as individual a person can have. Now, when you enrich with love, happiness comes with that. So when you enrich with that, the benefit is, let me put it like this. Now let me ask this question from you. Is it all right?
Yeah, go ahead.
From where can you find the best pharmacy in this world?
The best pharmacy?
Yeah.
You're talking about a physical pharmacy. I'll answer your question. It might be wrong. It's in your mind.
Exactly. Now when I ask these questions from some people, they say maybe USA, the technology is very high, maybe China or Europe or some other country, so developed country. But as you rightly said, it's in your mind. So you need to identify what the mechanism, what will happen in your body. So there's a part called hypothalamus in your mind. So hypothalamus is the best pharmacy. That's what doctors say and medical scientists say. And I can remember even Professor Carlo Fonseca was talking about this some time back. So, when you are filled with happiness, love, the hypothalamus opens and produces hormones like endorphin, oxytocin, Valium, and there are so many. So those hormones, those chemicals cures you. It that is good for your body. You will have a healthy body and also healthy mind. So you can focus your vision if you are enriched with love and you have good health to move forward, good conscience. So we need to tell them to identify this. At the same time, if you are filled with hatred, anger, what will happen? Negative chemicals will produce and it will harm you. Now, Miriam, now, if I am angry with you, and if I hate you, what will happen? It's like I drink a glass of poison, and waiting something will happen to you. And the eighth arch is practicing love. Now people talk about love, but it's not been practiced in this society. So what kind of steps that you can do? So how can we practice it? Now, when you talk about that, I always ask now, if I ask Mariam, what's your nationality?
I'm a Sri Lankan.
Sri Lanka. Yeah, that's true. And what's your religion?
I'm a multi-religion person.
Oh,
so that's not, there's no
that's
particular
all right.
one
So, yeah, that's
religion.
good. And your country?
Sri Lanka.
Great. So when I used to ask this from many audiences, they say, I'm Sri Lankan or Indian or American, or when you talk about religion, I'm a Christian, Buddhist, a Muslim, Hindu, all kind of things. And when you talk about the country, I'm from Sri Lanka, India, USA. But when somebody asks the same questions from me, now I'm talking about the eighth art practicing aspect. When somebody asks the same question from me, what I say is, what's your nationality? I say, on paper, I'm Sri Lankan. But in my subconscious mind, I always keep that I'm a human being. Then, whether you are Indian or American or I don't mind, or Muslim or Hindu, you are a human being, so you are my brother or your sister, right? And so that's easy for me. My hypothalamus works well then. Then, when somebody asks, what's your religion? On paper, I'm Christian. But I always believe unconditional, unselfish, unfailing love is the religion. In scriptures talks about word of God. It says the word of God is love. So I always believe love. There's no religion for love. I mean, love is common for everyone. I'm talking about unconditional love. So when you have that, so I don't mind you are a Buddhist or a Muslim or whatever the religion that you are in, you are my sister or brother, right? The third aspect is when somebody asks about your country, I always say, okay, on paper I belong to Sri Lanka, but in my subconscious I belong to this universe. Then I don't have any claim for a piece of land. I don't have to fight for that.
And even you'll love an animal.
Exactly, I'm coming to that. Love an animal, and also you can't destroy this nature as well. I always tell my family, if you cut a tree, sometimes you happen to cut because unavoidable circumstances, try to grow another two trees at least. So we need to love this nature as well. So when you have that, you don't have racial issues, nationality problems, ethnic problems. When you don't have that in your subconscious, what will happen? Your subconscious is very immaculate, clear. Then your hypothalamus opens and produces very good hormones for you, which will take you to a vision. So that's the eighth arch, is the practicing aspect of it. Then the ninth arch is kind of mindfulness and kind of an audit where we practice this. So we need to keep a track on that. And I always urge in my programs, keep a record of. If you thank a person, keep a record of it, and write the people who you want to thank, whom do you want to thank? So keep a record of it and thank them. And if you are not good with another person, always keep a record and tell them, please forgive me. Right? You can say that. So that kind of an audit aspect is in the ninth arch. So this is how all these 9 arches are happening, Mariam.
Thank you very much, Sudath. It was nice learning about the 9 arches. Now, what is the practicality about this? How can you implement this to the society?
Yeah, it's a good question, Mariam. Some people say, can you do it practically? But I always believe you can do it. I have done it. I'm in the process of doing it. So I have implemented a program in schools called Springboard. So I'm a member of the Old Boys Association of Maristella College. So with that we have developed a program called Springboard. Springboard talks about the practical aspect of threefold code and the 9 arch approach. So I'm bringing down kind of a record of this, and because you need to have a monitoring process. You need to monitor these whatever we talk. When you go to a seminar, whatever we learn from a seminar, it will last only for a week or two, then you forget about it. But in my programs, I always come out with a kind of a record, a kind of a track record where you monitor. Then when I hand this over to the parents can monitor whether you build up a vision and you are working towards the 9 arch. So that kind of process is happening through the Springboard that I have implemented. And also in the corporates, there is a program called Mahisa. It's people's friendly program, or call in Sinhala you call Manav Hitavadi Sangsade. So through that, I try to inculcate this, and there are people who have changed their lives in this program, and I was instrumental in sorting out even industrial disputes through this program.
Now, I've been watching your videos, your lectures via internet, through the internet, and in all those you mention that positive and good thoughts can heal human body disorders and illnesses. Can you provide some clarification on this statement you have made?
Yeah, I think the 7th arch I spoke about briefly, and in medical science, doctors say this. As I rightly said, the best pharmacy is within you, it's in your hypothalamus. So if you truly practice love, that can cure even a cancer. There are cases where people were able to overcome cancerous situations. I have personally come across a situation like that. There is a person, a relative of mine, he had a cancer, and we have been discussing this and practicing this aspect, especially the threefold code and love aspect. And that person was so angry with people. He said, "So that I hate people." So he's holding a good position in the corporate sector. He said, I hate people, and I scold people, and I sack people. So I said, first, the practice is love aspect. Write all the names of those people who you have here. You are not in good terms. Call one by one and tell them, please forgive me. I'm sorry. I don't have any issue with you. I love you. So he has done this exercise, and he told me the moment he was doing that, he felt his mind is becoming relaxed and more relaxed. So with that, he said he felt like something happening, inside his body. To tell you the truth, Mariam, now today he's out of that cancer.
If I ask you, if you want to give a message to the entire universe, what will be that one message?
Yeah, Mariam, now I must tell, practice the threefold code, have a vision, a dream, have proper mentors around you, good mentors who would support your vision. Most importantly, have the third code, love, unconditional, unselfish, unfading love, which I have explained to you. If you are enriched with that, this world will be a beautiful place, a paradise-like place, and there won't be any wars, there won't be any racial discrimination, there won't be any selfish activities, and this world will be a beautiful place. Try to practice this. some people say this is kind of a imaginary thing and some maybe unrealistic thing, but try from your home. Personally do it yourself. Try to practice this in your home. So when the day that everybody starts practicing this, this world will be a paradise.
Thank you very much, Sudath, for your time spent with us today. It was absolutely a fruitful discussion and it was a great learning for all of us, even for our viewers. And I wish you best of success for your future endeavors. And to our viewers, I hope you will learnt a lot. So like Sudath said, have the right people around you and always try to love people and all living beings on earth, including animals and plants. So with that, we'll wind up for today. Have a great weekend. Good night.